So the people who die in this world, their spirits leave via ghost train.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's fucking, out of all the Final Fantasies and the way they handle like death and afterlife and everything, that's got to be the strangest.
Yeah. You listen to the live stream in 7, and it's like, okay, that actually makes sense. Both in a, if you want to think of it as a literal, like your spirit goes into this and it continues on, or in a metaphysical sense of the components of your body break down and eventually become all life again. Okay, that makes sense, but there's just, you hop onto a ghost train, yeah. Does it, like, take you to heaven or hell?
Ghost train! Hop aboard the ghost train! Ghost train! Drive you insane!
Ghost train!
So is that a waterfall you're looking at, or just the horizon?
No, that's a waterfall. Yeah. That's basically a Niagara Falls situation. Which, again, the perspective doesn't quite work. Just don't think about it.
I like how, because materia is just like...
Jump? Why not?
You crazy?
Yeah.
Why are you acting cray-cray? So the materia is like solidified bits of the life stream, isn't it?
Yeah, it coalesces into these solidified lumps of knowledge, basically.
I really like that.
Yeah, that's great.
That all worked together really well.
That's something they do frequently in Final Fantasy.
Fucking piranhas
I know.
in this world are crazy.
Yeah, they are. That's something they frequently do well in Final Fantasy, is integrating a key component of the gameplay into the storytelling.
Yeah.
You had the jobs from 5, you have the Espers in 6, in 7 you had materia, in 8 you have the Guardian Forces, and there it's... Actually, now that I think about it, there it's integrated pretty significantly as well. And that's something I've always admired.
I need to... It's probably hidden, and I fucking haven't touched 15 since Zelda.
Well, of course not.
Because it'll be there.
It'll always be there.
I mean, Zelda will always be there, but I want it now.
Yeah.
I can't... The magic has something to do with these, like, ancient beings, and then there's a ring. And,
yeah, it seems a little more complicated.
Yeah, I was like, and then you just find it, and you're around a campsite.
And
it's
you
like,
drain it, but then you also mix it with items to get different spells.
Yeah.
It's cool, but...
It's not like, you know, it seems like they just threw it in there. You don't even just, the deposits aren't even like just like, oh, here's a bit over here, here's a bit over there. It's just like, yeah, when you get to a camp, both,
there's gonna be some there.
All 3 of them are just around your camp. It's like, it's convenient, but it's kind of dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. So this guy's actually a son of a bitch. He's way more powerful than he should be for this part in the game. Doesn't seem like it yet, but just watch. And unfortunately it didn't occur in this playthrough, but the last time I played through this game, which I think was when I was in Afghanistan. Yeah.
Whoa,
yeah,
whoa,
no
whoa,
shit.
Whoa.
But the last time I played through this game, this fight was my opportunity to see this game's unique mechanic, which is effectively proto-limit breaks.
Oh.
Every character has a unique attack called a desperation attack, where if you have them use a physical attack while their health is at critical level, they have a chance that that attack will become a desperation attack, which is a very powerful attack unique to them. I've only ever seen one after playing through this game, I think 3, possibly 4 times in totality. But they're very, very powerful. The one that I saw was Cyan's, and right now they're doing maybe 200 damage with a hit, something like that. Cyan used his desperation attack there and did 2,000 damage.
Dang.
It just annihilated that small boss. I went, fuck.
That's cool.
These are cool. I wish I could use them with any more consistency.
It's Gavin.
Yeah.
Gav, I don't know.
Gao.
Gao?
Gao.
It's a U?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I called him Gav this whole time.
And then most of your party members are fucking weirdos.
Yeah.
Which makes them all stand out.
Animal Boy.
Yeah. Let's see. You have Esper Girl, Treasure Hunter, but Locke is kind of... He has his own personality. It stands out enough. You have Philandering King, who's not actually a philanderer, and who stabs people with chainsaws.
Yeah.
You have his bodybuilding monk brother. Animal Boy. Uptight Knight. Moogle.
Yeah.
Yeti.
What a party.
Goofy Yeti. who throws his allies.
It's like Final Fantasy getting, I mean, they've always had a little goof,
Oh yeah, definitely.
but they got into some goof in this one.
That's another element of this game that I'm struggling to put on the paper, is that when they were writing this, and really I think when they're writing all the best Final Fantasies, they recognize that you need to have a bit of goof in order for the heavy moments to really land.
Yeah.
Because those heavy moments usually entail loss of some sort, and those goofy moments indicate something that people used to have. You know, they used to have time to make jokes, or a mindset which allowed them to crack wise until everything went to hell. Right? Like, again, I keep talking about how I don't think they fucking knew what they had with Cloud. But, like, Cloud actually makes jokes.
Yeah.
Frequently, even before he remembers who he really is. Like, he's making jokes. He actually cracks wise quite often. And because he actually has a sense of humor, he doesn't just seem like a po-faced melon boy. And so when there actually is a moment of, a heavy moment, a moment of sadness, i.e. when Eris dies, it hits.
Mm-hmm. Because you're not expecting it. Holy shit.
Not only are you not expecting it, but you can buy... Not only are you not expecting it, but it contrasts with what... Not necessarily what was going on immediately before it, because there's a kind of a dour lead up to it. You know, you get the black materia, and fucking Cloud kicks the shit out of Eris, and then she disappears, and everyone's all down on Cloud, because like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he doesn't know. And that's the culmination of this lead up, but in the hours before that, you've gotten to know Cloud a little bit as a person, and you know that he jokes and he has fun with his friends, and like, this isn't him. Mm-hmm. You know this is really hitting him when he's holding Eris and talking about how his eyes are burning and his mouth is dry. Like, he's struggling to comprehend this feeling going through him at this moment. But when a character's just a po-faced melon boy the whole time, it's like, is this really any different from the rest of their experience?
This guy's just an asshole.
Squall, you're just always sad. So now when you're extra sad, it's kind of like, I'm picturing your downturned lips, and you're just physically grabbing them and yanking them down to make them look even sadder.
Now, if that was done for comedic effect,
that would be amazing.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
The person who's like, this should be really sad, but they're just like, just as sad.
Yeah. And then you have this little moment.
You're a regular munchkin. Can't just...
Like, Sabin, this is a teenager. And you're like 250 pounds of beef.
Like, come on, man. You don't want to just, like, fight every problem you come... Everything
yeah,
you're
I do.
Like,
yeah, I do.
Unfamiliar with.
Oh, I'm gonna lift this rock.
And they pal around.
Yeah.
Or is this supposed to be a fight?
I think it's supposed to be a fight, but they're basically palling
they look
around.
Like they were doing some sort of, like Eastern European dance.
Yeah.
Just, like, locking shoulders and hopping around. And swinging large mugs of beer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gao even thinks it's a dance.
We like dancing. I don't know how to use a whole lot of words, but I do understand that...
I do understand the concept of dancing and leading in the dance. Yeah, that is what someone may call ludonarrative dissonance. I don't know. Because I'm glad people fell out of love with that term.
Yeah.
I'm glad that one went away.
Ugh. It just...
Didn't it,
God.
though? Didn't it sound like a term with a lot of potential that people just ran into the ground because it made them sound smart to say?
And now it feels like if I were to start saying it part of the way through, I would just have... My mouth would start watering.
Yeah,
and I'd
yeah.
just stop a bit. Nope. Not gonna say it.
You start saying it, and then you just turn to Cloud as he's holding Eris, and it's just ludonarrative. My eyes are burning. My mouth is dry.
What is this sliding around? Oh, I totally forgot that Cyan talks all old-timey.
Yeah.
Like Shakespearean almost. Like, oh, thou art... Yay.
And have you two prancing around all day?
God, this game gets goofy sometimes.
This game gets so goofy.
God damn.
And... because of where this game goes later, it buys it. It pays for its pathos. That's what you're doing when you're having your characters be fucking characters. Is you're paying for pathos later.
Yeah.
Right? I don't give a shit about lightning. I don't care about lightning because from start to finish, it's just like, destiny. I'm lightning. Oh, the fell sea. Or whatever they're called. Fucking, I don't know.
I don't remember my own story.
I don't remember shit.
I was stoned that whole time I was living that story.
It's my destiny. It's your destiny is destiny too.
Destiny 2.
Oh, I hope I get to see Rusty soon. So I can go like, hey Rusty, just your stuff got destroyed? Just all your stuff got blew up. And that's why you can't bring it into Destiny 2? Guys, I'm the lead environmental artist. Guys, I didn't have anything to do with that.
Like, why you want to fuck over your fans like that, Rusty? I don't know.
Wasn't Destiny supposed to be like a 10-year engagement, just a continuing experience over 10 years? Wasn't that the plan? Wasn't that the plan though? Guys, I draw cool space rocks and shit.
That's me all day.
That's me. That's all I do. They say we need a cool space rock, and I come back like a day later.
And I have like 5 cool space rocks.
And then they say sweet beans, and then I walk away. I had nothing to do with Destiny. Like Rusty. Doesn't your equipment in Destiny exist as a digital blueprint, which is built on the fly with universal recombinable materials? Doesn't it not exist in a physical form somewhere where it can be destroyed? Guys, again, I didn't make the lore. I didn't make the old lore. I didn't make the new lore. I made space rocks. That's my job. My job could be lead space rock drawer, and it would still be accurate to what I do. Guys.
One of these nights I want to call him before the podcast. Be like, hey, if we called you during the podcast, would you be awake just for a moment? I gotta figure out how to patch in a phone call, and then I'll ask him.
Yeah.
Gav, you just walked, or Gav. I'm gonna call him Gav forever.
That's fine. Yeah.
He's Gav now.
That's fine.
In my mind, it's Gav. He just walked in front of that rock.
Yeah.
It's funny.
This is actually a very long cutscene.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Then he moonwalks back.
Well, because he understands dancing and moonwalking somehow. They had somehow figured that out.
I'm sure the moonwalk has been independently developed in many cultures. In the same way that many animals have developed eyes, or many cultures have developed pyramids.
Yeah.
Like, the moonwalk, it just happens from time to time in societies.
Someone was just doing a thing and then did that and was like, probably made a lot of money, like on the street moonwalking.
Yeah.
People were like, oh my god, it's magic because we're stupid, we don't understand things.
I don't understand anything. Gao, I was surprised to learn, is actually one of the best characters in this game.
Oh really?
It turns out that his rage ability, there are a few specific monsters that you can learn rages from, which turn him into a fucking beast.
You can only learn them in one spot, right?
You can only learn them here on the Veldt. Because on the Veldt, you can encounter any monster you have previously encountered in the game. So after you fight an enemy, it's good to come back to the Veldt and with Gao in your party and try to encounter it and have him jump onto it. Because then he'll learn it, and then he'll be able to use whatever the fuck they can do in battle.
I always forgot what the auras stood for. Like what aura meant, like you have rage or
oh yeah, because
reflect.
there's so many.
And so I did find one of Gao's abilities that and I'm like, oh, this must be a whatever aura. I mean, I think it was probably just rage or what, berserk.
Berserk, yeah.
Yeah, and he would just fuck shit up.
Yeah, because some of them, it's like he like some of the best ones, he has float, so he's immune to earth attacks, but it's not float as a spell, so it can't be dispelled off of him. He has float, he has death proof, which means he's immune to instant death attacks, which is pretty fucking handy at times. And then he has the ability to just cast flare, or ultima, or meteor, or anything like that. Unfortunately, because once you put him into a rage, he can't be controlled. It does lose some of its utility because, well, sometimes I just don't need him to be kicking ass. I need him to heal up a bit.
Do you think? Fuck, what was I gonna say?
Shit. It was a good question too. Let me think about it.
Let's see. Was it specifically about rages or?
It was about something you said, and I didn't want it. I wanted you to finish what you were saying. And now I'm like, okay, yeah, instant death. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So, is there a difference, first of all, between instant death or an attack that will kill you because of how strong it is, and will prevention of instant death prevent you from that?
I'm not certain because I never used them. Because it could be immunity to death effects, or it could be the equivalent of Life 3, or Auto Life, as it's often called. And those are two very different things, obviously. So, they're equally valuable. Just it depends on the situation, which is more valuable at the time. So I'm curious which one it is. I'm assuming it's instant death. So when they cast death magic or something on you, you don't get blown up by it.
Because I know there are some games that you have an ability that's like, this will prevent you from dying from an attack that would normally kill you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that exists in Final Fantasy, but I know I've played an RPG or two that have done that.
Yeah.
And yeah. This tile set reminds me a lot of Super Mario RPG.
Yeah, it does. Now we're floating underwater with our big dive helmet.
Sharing one helmet.
Yeah, I'm just guessing it's a dive helmet for a giant, and so they're riding inside of it.
Oh, like doing that thing where you bring it down and then there's some air still.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
But now they're not.
Mm-hmm. Now they're just fighting Actanian?
Imagine if the battle sprites were all three of them with their heads stuck into one slightly bigger helmet.
Yeah. I get behind that.
At least these aren't zombies underwater or something.
Yeah, at least these are actual... I feel like in certain situations, they look at the tile set and their environment, and they go, we can't get away with anything that doesn't belong here. Sometimes we can just have zombies on a plane for no reason. Whatever. We can't have anything but mollusks and octopi and eels and other ocean bullshit underneath the ocean.
Oh, man, I forgot about this part.
Yeah.
I think I got lost in this part for quite a while. Like doing circles, if that's possible.
I don't think you can do circles, but there is a more circuitous route you can take. Secret Garden Restaurant! Ooh. Oh, I thought that's where she wants to meet.
You know, although if there were underwater zombies and it was just like, yeah...
Oh, you can pull that off.
Yeah.
Just make them like drowned sailors and such.
Like zombies that stepped into the water and now are stuck down there.
Oh, yeah, there's that concept as well. Yeah.
And they could be like like sailors, like pirates and shit.
Like, you can make it work, but again, you have to make it work with the theme of the environment.
Are they jumping sometimes? Like... It looks like
once in a while, you will find yourself in a little cavern. So it will go up like that, and then it will kind of descend into it.
I was like, are they pulling sweet flips or something? We're not.
Yeah, they're doing 360 Christ airs.
Angulophone? What the fuck?
I have no idea. Aspic.
That's weird.
Yeah. Man, I really hope some of my Destiny 2 shitpost predictions come true.
Oh man.
I would not mind if it just became a racing game.
It's just...
Or if you could romance your ghost.
If they're just like, that's why we're doing Destiny 2, guys. It's not even like regular Destiny. It's actually a racing game, so you guys can stop complaining. We're just working on more regular Destiny.
Ethan wants to know if there's anywhere in particular you want to eat.
I don't know. Just a food place with foods.
I'll tell her that. A food place with foods.
And then the Destiny guy who just said that, like, leans over to Rusty and is like, start building a racing game. And Rusty's like, I just make space rocks!
Dude!
You're my boss!
I'll draw you a space race track? Fine. And I'll put a bunch of nice space rocks in there, too.
I can draw a space track for you. And the guy looks at him and is like, you're more of a rock guy.
You're lead rock guy now. Oh, fuck!
I've been demoted?
No. Same. Well, kind of, yeah. It's just you do rocks so well, we don't trust anyone else to draw them. So, you just draw rocks all the time. Oh, fuck!
Now if you could go pick up my dry cleaning. Oh no!
I'm lead rock guy, though. Fuck!
And you're so good at it. Here's where my dry cleaning is. I would feel so bad if that became Rusty's fate.
Oh. I shouldn't have drawn rocks so good.
See what happens when you draw such good rocks, Rusty?
Pick up a bunch of dry cleaning.
Oh, a tech laser? How does that even work?
I have no idea.
That's not even an animal you learn that from. I don't get it.
Yeah, there's just machines wandering the veldt, and then you jump on them and learn how to use their circuitry. I suppose maybe he just rips off certain critical parts of them.
But, I mean...
It's like, ooh, metal dino laser. Pew pew.
I
Pew
mean,
pew pew pew.
what are machines if not science's animals?
Yeah, that's fair. And like, what is a toaster if not nature's volcano?
Yeah.
Or if not science's volcano of science? Take checkmate, atheists.
Take that.
What?
Take it.
Take it all.
Hop aboard.
Yeah.
I was like thinking about, Sabin's like, what
Yeah.
do I want to do?
So I told Ethel barbecue. But she said, I'm leaning towards that.
Barbecue.
Barbecue. Barbecue. Woo! What the fuck was that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Apparently it took a long time to decide what I wanted to do. just staring at him quietly. The whole look at that duck!
What? What was it doing? Now there's another
There's
one.
another one. I didn't notice the duck before.
You want to do more shopping or you want to sit still, young man? And Sabin's just staring at him, staring through him.
We will need to play at least Mass Effect 1 sometime.
Okay.
Because it's a good game once you get used to the combat. And it will have plenty of those moments where it's just like, what do I want to do? And Shepard is just staring at the person.
And with you have already beaten it.
Yeah.
We won't get stuck in the thing that I did, which was get fucking lost and not know what the fuck I was supposed to do. Trying to find, like, space rocks. And
Yeah, these space rocks Rusty drew.
I'm like, Rusty, why didn't you make these space rocks easier to find?
Guys, I had to make them, blend in with the fucking environment. What do you want me to do?
Guys, it wasn't even the game.
I was still in college at the time. Guys.
Rusty,
Look. We know how much you love to draw space rocks. But sometimes, just sometimes, Rusty, you need to draw a space rock that's a little less rock-like and more apparent to the player. Rusty, I know you take great pride in your space rocks, but sometimes you need to make concessions for the playing experience. Now, I can't believe I have to go over this with you. You work for one of the most important game companies around today, and yet apparently me, a fucking know-nothing game player, needs to tell you how to do your space rock job, Rusty. Can't even believe that's the conversation we need to have. But guess what? Destiny 2 is a chance for a fresh start. So don't you go drawing your fancy space rocks that I can't fucking find amongst all the other fancy fucking space rocks, Rusty.
And then his boss is standing behind us eating a corn dog, and he's like waving his corn dog, like you know what?
Mustard all over Rusty.
He's like, and he's like chewing with his mouth open.
Roll war.
You know what? This guy's got a point, Rusty.
I'm gonna point them as your supervisors. What the fuck?
You're now junior space rock guy.
Make sure you update your LinkedIn by the end of the day, or I will fire you.
We take that very seriously here. He's waving the corn dog around, and mustard's like flinging everywhere as this happens.
Just the idea of Rusty having to change his LinkedIn profile to read "Senior Space Rock Drawer,"
And
not even artist drawer.
And his boss is over his shoulder. Yeah, misspell drawer like you're a kid, like drawer. Do that. And then
that's real funny. I like that.
And then on LinkedIn, when you update your job,
it tells everybody.
Yeah, Rusty's going to click the spot that says "Don't notify everyone." And his boss is like, "No.
It's important that people know what you do here. We take great pride in all of our artists. Some less than others.
It's just like leave it. Leave it. Leave it. And he's like, let me just grabs the mouse from Rusty. Just let me just click.
There we go.
There you go. All right. I get back to work making those space rocks.
Oh. The space rocks are one of the best things about Destiny. And yet we're just throwing Rusty under the bus because it's funny.
Under the space bus.
Under the space bus. Everybody get up, it's time for Space Bus.
You know you want to get thrown under that space bus.
Christ. Oh, Destiny 2. And one of the... I was looking at one of the pieces of promotional art for Destiny 2, and it's just like the big 2, and it has 3 guardians around it, and like there's something about this. What is it about this that's striking me as odd? And I realized they have faces. These guardians have faces, and then I realized, Destiny, you didn't have a face.
Yeah.
And now I'm genuinely wondering if the idea of character customization was one of the many things they had to scrap to get that out the door on time. Because they're moving along. They scrapped a gigantic amount of stuff. Like, the whole Taken King expansion was probably supposed to be in the base game. On top of a whole bunch of characters and story elements and world building just had to be left out. And I genuinely wonder if character creation took a back seat. And that's a genuine conversation to have. If your character's going to be wearing a helmet the whole time, do you need a face?
Yeah.
Do you need to...
Like, how much time can we save?
Yeah. Because character customization, I've read, is one of those huge pains in the ass for game testers. Because you need to test every permutation of every face and go do it. They're like, it may have changed now, but I remember reading in a magazine back in the early 2000s when that was really becoming a thing, especially with MMOs. Like, well, you play the first hour of the game and then you go back, you make the same character, but now their hair is black. Now their hair is slightly less black.
God.
Now it's white. Now it's blue. You know, you can take all those variables and build like a big spreadsheet and like just check the X. Yeah, I've done all the things except where the character's hair is blue and now red.
Yeah.
So if you're making a game like Destiny, not only do you not have to worry about how they're gonna do all of it, that's one less complicated thing that needs to be tested.
I didn't even think about that end of production. I was just thinking of, like, obviously the art side of it. I didn't even... that would save tons of money and time.
And we will probably never know the full story behind the production of Destiny, but everything we've heard from behind the scenes, like the little bit that gets leaked out is, and what can be inferred is, at some point it became a mess.
Yeah.
And Destiny 2 is them wiping that slate clean. Because it seems like they have a condemned home, and it's like we could rebuild the home from the inside out, or we can just tear it down and build up again.
It's like
which is gonna be a lot easier.
Yeah, like Destiny was a canoe with a fucking tiny hole in it, and so they're constantly bailing water, just like bail it until we get to shore.
Yeah,
just keep bailing that fucking water, and then when they got to shore, they're like, new canoe. That should be a Portland band name, New Canoe.
It probably is.
Hey everybody, we're New Canoe, and today...
New Canoe. Hey guys, are you excited for the shoegaze pussies later?
Woo.
Yeah, love them.
Wow, you guys are real wild tonight. That's the wildest applause I've heard in a long time. All right, well, New Canoe. You can see we have 18 of us up here. Let me go.
All of us playing ukuleles.
We got Sandbag Steve over here playing the ukulele.
We got Strawberry Sammy. We got
Tuesday Steven over here. He's playing the ukulele.
Peanut Butter Sally. She can't talk right now. Her mouth's a little full of peanut butter. Oh, Peanut Butter Sally. You weigh so much because peanut butter is so energy rich, but I don't judge you. That's just a matter of fact.
And this is just like the first 15 minutes of their 20-minute set.
Yeah.
And then the last 5 minutes is just like, you can't even comprehend the ukulele noise going on.
Because there's 18 of them.
And they're not in sync. And
They're not in sync. They're not even in tune.
Yeah, they're just like, one's constantly tuning their ukulele the whole time.
And they have a 19th member who doesn't play an instrument. He's just that guy on fucking Arcade Fire who just yells into a megaphone.
And then there's
like,
and then there's the GoPro person.
Yeah, rides around on a bike. Fuck you, Arcade Fire. Eat a dick.
Oh man, the world tries to forget the time that they won like Artist of the Year.
Yeah, they did. I saw that
my
performance and went, well, this isn't a band I need to pay any attention to.
Oh man. I think that's when I really, really stopped giving like any shits about any sort of music award.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Plus, just the idea of awarding music, like, as like, oh, you guys did better than these
Yeah.
guys. Like, what the fuck? Like, honestly, like, what the literal fuck is the... You don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's stupid.
Yeah, well, awards are always weird.
It's dumb.
So Tara asked a question there where she asked Celeste, have you ever loved anyone? Celeste was like, what?